Alrighty, the vehicle I'm working on today is 2008 Jeep JK Wrangler, known as the family vehicle. Hey, I'm just finishing up here this ring terminal heat shrink job and this here battery terminals changeover I did from the original. And as you can see, you could probably see why. Look at that, pretty corroded, broken, different splices in different areas. So I just wanted to put in this piece here. But in order to do so, I had to do a slight modification to the ends, and I'll explain that real briefly. So anyway, I had to crimp on a 1/2 inch ringlet terminal end to this wire, and then crimp. And now I'm just getting ready to heat shrink and wrap it. And looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to heat shrink and wrap now. Hopefully I'll keep the heat away from things that don't need heat. If you know what I mean. I'm using this Wagner heat gun here to get things in order. Waving it around, waving it around. There is a low setting and a high setting, but I'm operating off this low setting. I don't need to get all super crazy. Get it there. Alright. Switch hands to the right. Feeling pretty good about this right now. So what prompted me to change the terminal in the first place, I turned the Jeep on and I had the wipers going like crazy, the lights wouldn't turn off, window washer fluid was spraying all over the place, and I was like, egad, what's going on? So I went underneath, pop the hood, and I saw that the battery terminal was popped off and sticking up, and I couldn't make any further adjustment on that old terminal. So, alright. So with that being said, I said shoot. So I clamped it back on the old terminal, that is, to the best I could. And I said, well, maybe I can do something better. So hence I put in this jobby here. But when I did that, I realized, well, it's a 1/2 inch, it's 10 millimeter on this old one right here, 10 millimeter nut. Or you could say maybe a 1/4 inch. Maybe that's to convert. But the hole was not big enough. This hole was not big enough right here to slip through. See if I get that. So I use this round file to enlarge the hole just enough so it can slip over this. And also this connector was, like I said, a 10 millimeter or 10, and it was not, big enough as well. But the old connector looked like this. Looked pretty garbage, and obviously it had broken. So hence you saw me putting in this deal right there. So nothing too fancy. So, and the negative looks pretty good. So if I'll do here and here, I probably put on a nut from an actual nut from the from one of my parts bins, but this is what came in the terminal kit from Napa. So there you go. And if you're curious, no, it's off film. But anyway, that's that there. I've already tightened this down, and now I'm going to go ahead and put on the negative. As you could tell, I did not swap it over. See, move that there. There it is. That is still the original one, and I just took some heavy duty sandpaper and just scuffed it up and made it look pretty like. All right, so pretty much that's all there is really to it. Right there, nothing really more to say. I mean, this is something that you could easily do yourself, and I didn't want to go to the dealer or some other shop to do something that I thought I could do. Hence Ablecraft. And there you go. On and on. I've already checked for that this post would clear anything here. And I was curious, you know, now I'm looking at this. I'm curious. Whoops, sorry about that. You can see, well, you probably can't see in the hood. I'm curious if that goes over that. I'd never know unless I took the hood off. But anyway, it fits and it clears like it should. And let's see. If you want to know what the tools I use this little shorty stubby socket. Has a little 1/4 inch end and a 3/8 end here. Use this Wagner gun. This heat shrink tubing for 10 or 12 gauge wire. These ringlets that are 1/2 inch ringlets that fit over this. You might need, I used a round file to burr out the edges so it would fit on there. This brush to scrub up everything. Let's see, what else did I use here? This round file, like I said, to clean out that hole, to enlarge it, and these strippers here, and to strip off the wire here, and to crimp in the ring terminal. And I also use these lineman pliers here, I think that's what they're called, to strip off additional sheathing. Well, like I said, if you don't want this anymore, move up to the marine terminal. I bought it from Napa, and you might find yourself in better business than these from the factory. I'm sure the factory ones could have worked just as well, but I didn't want to pay their price, and I didn't even look into it. Alrighty, so with all that being said, you guys have an Ablecraft day, and do it yourself. Plus it was kind of fun once I got into it. Alright, y'all take care.